Good evening, and welcome to another World of Warships video with Captain Darkwing Glacier. If you look at the matchmaking for this Tier 8 battle, you will see that there are 5 Massachusettses in this battle. One of them is mine, another one is a teammate of mine, and the other 3 are all on the opposing team. So clearly, the USS Massachusetts is still pretty popular, and for good reason. It is a blast to play. It has quickly become one of my most favorite ships to play, if not my most favorite ship. The secondaries on this thing are fantastic, and the main guns definitely get a bad rap. At extreme range, they aren't as good as the Alabama or the North Carolina, but at the ranges where I mostly play this ship, which is I try to get within secondary range of my opponents and yet stay more than torpedo range of ships like the Tirpitz or the Scharnhorst, so roughly between 6 and 11 kilometers. The main guns work just fine, and they're just as devastating as the other battleships at its tier. So in this battle, we don't have a DD going to the sea cap, so I decide to head there with my allied Bismarck and Hipper. And I do have to apologize for the camera work right now. I was just kind of checking out some close-ups of the ship, so I'm kind of zooming in and zooming out, and it's a little bit jittery, so I apologize for that, but that'll end pretty quick. So it looks like we have a Haida on our team, which normally the DD on that side goes to the A cap, but it looks like he's going to B, whereas our Hatsuharu is taking the long way around to go to B, or perhaps he's coming all the way to C. Most of the team appears to be converging on the A cap, so the Haida apparently is turning around to head in that direction. And we'll see if the enemy DDs show up on this side. Looks like one of them is already going into the B cap, the Fushun. And I can see that one of the Massachusettses is going down there as well. One of the things I found with the Massachusetts is that I'm very confident in this ship. If I end up in a one-on-one with essentially any battleship at my tier, I am just not concerned. I will just close the range and engage it in a one-on-one battle. Of course, if there are multiple battleships and stuff, then yeah, I'll turn tail and run. But if I run into a North Carolina, if I run into an Alabama, Bismarck, Tirpitz, you name it, I will just engage it at close range, and I have no fear whatsoever. Even higher tier ships like the Montana and so on, I know my secondaries are going to constantly harass them, and as long as I stay angled, I can take it on. So here this Mogami is apparently playing the part of a DD, and I just made him pay for it with a Citadel, and now my secondaries are beginning to fire. And I think this Mogami might have realized he's bitten off a little more than he can chew, because he's got a Bismarck and a Massachusetts and a Hipper, and it looks like the Hatsuharu has arrived as well. So this guy is not going to last very long. Here goes my main battery, and that's kill number 1. I get first blood. So there's a Dallas down there. Looks like a York and the other Massachusetts. So one of the ways while playing the Massachusetts, I've learned that if I'm concerned about that the enemy may launch torpedoes at me, for example like a Scharnhorst or a Tirpitz, I just have to close to within secondary range, get him to commit to coming after me, and then I turn around and I start kiting away, because my secondaries will be constantly pelting him, and since I'm the one kiting, I have the advantage in that, and I can just pepper him with my main guns. Now this has worked multiple times. My secondaries just keep on bounding him, and I end up wearing him down. Now, even with other battleships like the North Carolina or the Alabama, I would just close the distance and not worry about kiting at all, because I'm confident that I can just overpower them. So it looks like the enemy Massachusetts here is already in trouble. He's about half health, and he's repairing. Looks like he's also on fire. So he is starting to turn away. And we definitely have the cap. Unfortunately, we did lose our hipper, so it's me and the Bismarck and the Hatsuharu providing cover. And my shots come in, and unfortunately I mostly get bounces in there, but the Massachusetts is definitely on the run. So we will advance into this cap and hopefully be able to push through it. Down to the southwest, my team has taken the A cap, whereas the enemy have taken the B cap. Now this Dallas makes a mistake by exposing himself, so I take a shot at him, and these shots look good, and there we go. That's kill number 2. So now the Massachusetts and the York are stuck behind the island. Now, they're kind of in a difficult position at this point because the Massachusetts definitely hid there to get away from fire. But with me and the Bismarck both closing in, he has nowhere to go. So if he just tries to evade, he'll be exposed again and we can shoot at him. But if he stays put, we're just going to, we flank him on either side and kill him anyway. So he's kind of in an impossible position. The York as well. Also, since we have our Hatsuharu, we do have a torpedo threat on this, in addition to the big guns of me and the Bismarck. So both teams are tied at this point. We're actually a little bit behind them on points, but we should be catching up rather quickly since we have 2 caps to their 1. But both teams have lost 2 ships at this point. Okay, I spot the Itago, or the Arptakau. Take a long-range shot at him. And my teammate in the Bismarck says, let's secondary some things. He is suggesting we go on either side of this island to attack the York and the Massachusetts, and I'm right there with him on that. And looks like the Itago just took out the other Massachusetts on my team. So I am the sole Massachusetts, the sole battleship representing the Bay State on my team. Whereas the other team still has all 3 of theirs. So my secondaries start opening up on the York, able to arc over that island, and I'm already racking up some hits. So the Hatsuharu looks like he's going to spot for us. I'm kind of hoping he's not going to suicide, but hopefully he'll be able to get some torps off and maybe cover up in some smoke, because the York, I believe, has hydro, but the Massachusetts doesn't. So if the Hatsuharu is able to smoke up and launch torpedoes, this could be pretty devastating at this range. So there goes his smoke. My secondaries continue to fire on the York. And shots out. We get 1 decent hit. My secondaries are still racking up some damage. Here comes the Massachusetts. He is making a move. Looks like the torpedoes from the Hatsuharu did not quite hit, so he is in a very vulnerable position. But the Massachusetts is in a very vulnerable position to me. So there the Hatsuharu goes down. My guns are reloaded. At this range, you can't miss. And that's kill number 3. My secondaries are still lighting up this York.
Torpedoes, direct front.
And there are torpedoes from the York, and that gives me a panicked moment, but just at the last second they'd run out of steam, so that kind of saves me from taking a hit. So I kick off my heel. Looking behind me, there's an enemy Itago and a North Carolina that I have to be a little bit concerned about. My teammate takes out the York. So now I can completely switch my attention to the rest of the fleet. Our team is now up 1 ship and 200 points. So things are looking pretty good at this point. This North Carolina, his main guns are all pointed in the opposite direction from me. So that's good. I can just fire on him with impunity. And there's the Itago, if he appears. Yep, he finally renders. And at this point, I kind of wasn't really sure which target I should be shooting at. I'm still locked on to the North Carolina, but I fire at the Itago. And the result of that is that I miss both ships. Shots out again on the North Carolina. And I just get one shatter, so that's kind of disappointing, but my main guns are almost completely reloaded. And shots out. And that's kill number 4. So at this point I'm starting to get excited. There's plenty of enemy ships left, and I'm hoping I can get a Kraken out of this one. And this looks like a prime target for that. This Atago is running out of health. Maybe I can steal the kill. He's got torpedoes going his way, but oh, someone stole my kill that I was going to steal. Alright, well, there's still 5 enemy ships left. Maybe I can take out one of them. But I'm still, along with the Bismarck, way in the back of the fleet. So it's going to be a tall order for me to catch up. We just lost to Colorado, to one of their Massachusettses. So we are ahead 1 ship and still ahead about 200 points. But we're rapidly running out. Ooh, here's another kill I can hopefully steal. He's only got 1,500 points. 1 hit ought to do it. Here it comes, and oh, the Cleveland stole my kill again that I was hoping to steal from him. Alright, 4 enemy ships left. I want that Kraken. Here's an Atago, but he's at full health, so just 1 shot isn't going to be able to take him out. So I start converging on the B-cap. Here's our friendly Richelieu. Looks like he might end up taking some torpedoes. As I continue to try to aim at this Takao, he's starting to show some broadside again. 10 seconds until my main battery's reloaded. We have a 2-ship advantage at this point, 250 points. Shots out on the Atago. And he turns in, so those shots are, I'm just going to get 1 over pen, and that's it. Fire the rear turret. Oh, he loses some health. My shots don't quite hit. I figure at this point this salvo's going to get him, but they don't. My main guns are ready. Might as well take the shot. And what do you know? I get the kill, and this turns out to be a close quarters expert, so the Kraken unleashed. Next target is the Massachusetts. The Richelieu went down in the interim, and along with the Shores and the La Galactionnaire, I am the closest ship. So I have focused my secondaries on this Massachusetts, and I'm rapidly racking up the hits. And this Massachusetts is definitely in trouble because he's in a crossfire from multiple directions. Fire my rear turret. He's about to go down. And what do you know? That's kill number 6. At this point, I'm pretty excited. I've got 6 kills, so I kind of taunt them in chat. It was more due to my excitement rather than any desire to mock the enemy team. But the Massachusetts driver that I just killed didn't particularly like what I had to say. And I spot this Fushun, which I was worried about, but not for long. That's kill number 7. I was afraid that he was going to send some torpedoes my way, but he is toast. And now there is but 1 ship left. I have 7 kills at this point, and I'm hoping to get number 8. Unfortunately, the rest of my team is also shooting at this guy, so it's kind of a race as to who's going to be able to kill this guy first. But kind of strangely, he is showing a lot of broadside. Maybe he's trying to get past this island so we can start kiting away. But I don't think he's going to make it. We have just too many ships piling on him. I get the Confederate award. My main guns are about to be ready again. He's about 25,000 health. There go my shots. And that'll do it. That's kill number 8. So this was by far the most kills I've gotten in a Massachusetts. I think I've gotten 6 once before. But it was a very exciting game, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. I'm I just love this ship. I can't praise it enough. It is just a lot of fun to play. You still become a prime target when other ships see you because they all want to burn you down. They want to be the one to take you out. Hopefully that will start fading away. But regardless, I'll take it out anyway, even if I become a target, because it is just too much fun to play. So thanks again for watching.